A court, that was a Freudian slip. Anyway, this one's made a decision that is slightly sensible. Court rules women can't be redefined. Edinburgh Court rejects 2018 law that attempted to include trans women under the legal definition for women. The Scottish government has lost a legal battle over a gender representation law that expanded the definition of women to include transgender people. Women's rights activists had argued that the legislation violated protected characteristics relating to sex in the UK's 2010 Equality Act. And the Court of Session in Edinburgh ruled that the Scottish National Party, this is Sturgeon again, her government had overstepped its authority when drafting the Gender Representation on Public Boards Scotland Act in 2018, which implemented 50% quotas for women on public sector boards. The judges noted that the definition used in the legislation would, in theory, make it possible for public boards to achieve their gender quota without adding a single board member who is a biological woman. I can't take you seriously, Scotland, while Nicola Sturgeon and the Scottish National Party are in power. I can't. Oh, dear. She has been a dictator of that country this entire era. It's unbelievable that she's been allowed to get away with it. But then again, you put any of the others in power. I mean, she's an extreme example, but put any of the others in power in Scotland. You're going to be any better? Well, you won't be as extreme as her because she's extreme. But is it going to be government of the people? Be nice to think so, but where from is another thing. It's extraordinary what's happened in Canada, in Ottawa. But then again, if you know what these people are, not so extraordinary. Another example, Canadian MP details how struggling single mother's bank account has been frozen by the Trudeau regime. And this is a Canadian MP called Mark Strahl, who related how a single mother in his district has had her bank account totally frozen by the Trudeau regime after she legally donated $50 to the Trucker Freedom Convoy. Brianne is a single mum working a minimum wage job, he said. And he added she gave $50 to the convoy when it was 100% legal. She hasn't participated in any other way. Why should it matter if she did? And her bank account has been frozen. So this is what, or who Justin Trudeau is actually targeting with his Emergencies Act orders, the MP said. And he's pointed out that she can't feed her family. She can't buy the basics of life because she doesn't have any money now. And this lunatic mayor of Ottawa, a bloke called Jim Watson, is there life on Jim Watson? Absolutely no chance. He suggested confiscating vehicles from freedom protesters and selling them, thus taking away their livelihoods, while the taxpayer's paying him. So he's saying it's costing a small fortune for taxpayers in Ottawa because of the protests, so we should sell their vehicles to get some money back. And this is the Deputy Prime Minister, Freeland, Minister of Finance. She says that crowdfunding for Canadian freedom protesters and truck drivers will be considered terrorist financing, and therefore she's going to make the order and the consequences permanent.